Got a old garage door opener. I didn't really get all my buckets out here and set up for what I'm doing, but I will. Hey DJ. Good, good. Get set up for what I'm really doing, but I'm just getting started, so pulling out what I need kindly as I need it right this second. I'll get some more stuff out here as I need it. I just wanted to see what I needed. Never pulled apart one of these. Looks like it's just got a nice little motor in it, a little bit of wire. Nothing too much. Nothing too much. A bit of wire. Let's see if we can get that motor off of there. Motor is attached. It's a 5/16. 5/16. Need an extension. Nope. Sweet. Another issue here, figure out, is how do you drop 2 screws, that plate right there, if the screws, that plate gonna come off? Yeah, or under there. Okay, wait a minute, there's one. Need an extension. That other one, it's a different story, but maybe, here, let's see. Might have more than one way to do this. Gears in my way for that. Motors in my way for that. Only thing holding this, actually, cut the shaft is gonna be my option for that, because that seems to be what's holding that whole system together right there. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. There we go. Now we got some business going on. Clippers, snippers. Just so you know, the date today is, gosh. Hey Siri, what is the date today?
It's Friday, March 29th, 2024.
But you might not be watching this video until another day. Sometimes I actually have a disc in my computer from videos that I've recorded. While that disc is in my computer getting videos made from it, I'll have another one on my head like I do now. that I'll be making videos with. So that's what happens with them. So therefore, the videos that I'm making this week, you might not even actually get to see till next week. Doesn't always happen that way, because if I'm using my iPhone, and that's completely different. Let me see if I can get that thing out right there. Yeah, that would be completely different. I don't think that's gonna move. Just wondering if I could drive that pin out of there, get that gear off of there. Yeah, it ain't moving. And get that one nut off so I could get this thing apart, but it doesn't look like it's gonna come apart. Not without a couple small wrenches that I can get in there and turn a couple screws with. I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm gonna throw that in my motors. I got a motor bucket here that I do have. And I'm just grabbing something else because I still have a pile of stuff back here. So I'm just working in my shop in my scrapyard until this is gone. This is it, guys. I got from there to here, and I might just work from here to that way. I don't know, but this is the oldest pile that I have right here. Is the oldest. And I want to get rid of all my motors so I can start over. So I've kind of been pulling them over here, finding out before I tear them apart whether it is copper or aluminum. If it's aluminum, then I leave it just like it is. I do not tear it apart. If it's copper, I'll tear it down and process later with all my other ones. Aluminum, 100% aluminum. All right. So what do I do with an aluminum motor? I don't want it to be dirty, and that fan's gonna make it dirty. So get rid of the fan. Time for a new saw blade. Throw that in the trash, and now we'll turn this into 30 cents a pound is what I'm getting right now for a motor just like that. That's called electric motor. It is aluminum. I know it's aluminum. I'll sell that as an electric motor. I got another one here that needs to be found out. I actually have not found out whether this was aluminum or not. It's been sitting in water. It's actually full of water. Everything is rusted. I'm going to sell it as an electric motor. Just like it is. I will be pulling my copper out of my two fan motors. We'll be doing that. I always pull the copper out of the fan motors. I haven't found one yet that wasn't copper, so yeah. If I can get them apart, I will. If I can't, see, I've already got a screw that won't come out, so That means it's not coming apart. So if I can't get them apart, then I will sell that just like it is. That's going to go as probably dirty because it does have the shaft on both sides. So I'll sell that as a dirty electric motor. I think it stuck me. Stuck me on my callus, didn't make it break. Stuck me right on the callus of the hand. A lot of wires I've been getting here. A lot of wire. Just sold 2 burn barrels to a friend of mine. I gave them to him for cheap, just because he's a friend. These little turn things can sometimes be brass, these little nuggets right there. Oh, I missed the whole truck. Most of the time, your little pull string will be brass. Cut them off. Get in there, get in there. Missed the whole truck. Missed the whole truck. I do have a bucket, by the way, below me. Come on, baby. Kidding me. That does not usually happen on these. That does not usually happen on these. Good thing is, come on, I'm outside again. I'm outside again. Working comfortably. Them things actually can turn off of there, but you have to hold this side over here tight to get it to do that. That means I can't get the other side off unless it's cut. Try that, I guess. I need a new blade badly. One piece at a time. That is old motor. Huh. See how much I can clean this thing up, if at all. My word, it's a rough one. Yep, that's what I thought. A real bad feeling about this one. Yep. Dirty, dirty. Here's what it is, guys. I'll take it and sunder it just like that. Come on. Oh, it's got a ring. Nasty little ring on there. Whew. Yep. Yep. There we go. Look at that. Came right off of there. Motor. I'm gonna have another quite a big load of motors again here if I don't, if I keep this going. So we got some Motor City going on over here. Ain't seen any snakes yet. Well, I seen a big one last year. I think she was pregnant. Ain't seen it yet this year. Still a little early, but I'm saying I think snakes are actually hatching right about now. Hatching. I can get to this copper just to find out whether it's copper or aluminum. I tear it apart anymore. A hard time getting in there. Hard time getting in there. Wrapped up pretty good in there too, actually. Aluminum. It's aluminum. You can see it. That is all right. Move on to the next. I'm hoping, maybe hoping, I can get a trip in tomorrow. Dirty. Hey, if the screws are in there so tight and I just can't get them out, the strip out first thing, it's got to go. It's like quick and easy. Got to go. There'll be more motors coming. There will be more motors coming. Take what you got. Take what you got for now. Just trying to clean up my yard. Clean up my scrap yard. Guys, that's all I care about right now. Selling burn barrels and making enough money to survive, and that's really all I care about. So just sitting around cleaning up my scrap yard. I guess you're just going to be hanging out with me while I do it. So whatever I'm doing, you get to do with me. Hope you don't mind. I always cut these off. Generally the connector piece right there is a piece of steel. Sometimes it's not, and in this case it's definitely going to be generally brass. Sometimes the connector might be made of something like a stainless steel. I'm throwing that into my brass pile. Right into my brass pile. That's where I'm going to put it. I found this slab of steel. I figured that'd be a good one to throw in my bench somewhere and be able to pound on it if I needed to. Another piece of brass. This is just another one of my ceiling fans that's been laying over there forever. Zinc. Same thing as aluminum. I still get the same price for zinc as I do for old sheet. Just 40 cents a pound. Right around there. Generally. That's been my general price. It fluctuates up and down from there. So don't quote me every time. If I was just out here in the yard wanting to get my yard cleaned up before summer, so I don't have to worry about having anything in my yard except for the stuff that I'm storing, like my barrels. Pretty soon all you're going to see behind me, if I have my way, is my barrels with my aluminum, cast aluminum, old sheet aluminum, my copper, my number 1, my number 2. So I'm hoping to get the barrels out of there and lined up in that fence right there with holes in the bottoms of them so that I get water in them or anything, or even not just that. Come on off of there. But lids on them, maybe even. Some of my barrels have lids, so I can put a lid on it. I always take where the little pull thing comes from, there's a little tab. That's either going to be aluminum or brass, and to check them, you just got to scratch it one time, throw it in your brass pile. If for some reason these old ones just don't, I can't completely take them apart after I've started them, like I find a really bad rusted screw that just won't come apart, that's when I'll end up throwing this whole thing into my dirty electric motors, because it does have outer casing on it. And I did watch the iScrap video the other day on maximizing your profit on electric motors, and obviously one of the things they mentioned was removing all this outer casing. Because the more junk that the scrapyard has to deal with, the less money they can give you per pound. And that's really not what that's such a mess. Not really what we want to do. We're looking for the most money per pound. I hate it when they're stuck. Is that too small? Nope. Come on. Look how far I got. I got all the way to there. I'm not done yet. I'd like to make it a clean fan motor, or get it down enough to where I can even get my copper out of that motor. Would be nice. Generally they have copper in them. I haven't found too many of these ceiling fans, actually, if any, that didn't have copper in them. So Junk and Grind, he lives, I'm not sure if you watch his channel, but he lives there where the bridge got hit. So that's affecting his scrap metal travels for sure. Oh, come on. Junk and Grind. If you haven't seen his channel, go check him out. All right, look at there. I got it down to there, guys. That means I might actually be able to get some copper out of that thing. I'm gonna put that in my copper later bucket. Copper later bucket. I don't care what it is out here, it has to be done. These are them little motors, and I don't mess with them. There's a little small transformer in there, but I just don't mess with them at all. So, computer, motor, whatever. Don't mess with them. I might even throw it into my shred, I don't know. Another fan motor. Yeah. Basically all I'm pulling out of is my motor pile, guys. My motor pile. Cut that right off to start with. But again, there's a bucket under here because it's got a bunch of holes in my table. Most of my screws go in there. The ones that don't, I get later with my magnet. trying to pull off my zinc fan blades, which are broken. So I'm not getting very much of a piece, but they still are. Cast aluminum, cast zinc, whatever. It's money. Throwing away no money. Don't throw away no money. That one's plastic. Generally, they're not made of plastic. This one is made of plastic. Some wire. Got that long extension bit on there, making it a little bit hard to find my target. Generally pull these off first. Sometimes they come out, sometimes they don't. There we go. Push it down past that pin and then pull it past the pin. That's just a piece of plastic trash. Some shred. Figure I'd throw out a few channel names while I'm just sitting out here scrapping. Big country scrapper, one of my channels that I like watching. Scrapping Scorpion. Scrapping Scorpion. Scorpion Metals is a good one. Name is Greg. Friend of mine from Virginia, comes down, to be honest with you, a couple times a year. I've been seeing Greg, so oh, I knew that was gonna miss. I've been to his house too. Scrap It JC is a good guy. Scrap It JC. If you see a symbol, it'll be a rooster or a white chicken or whatever. Scrap It JC. He has some nice shorts. Go check out his shorts. Gulf Coast Scrapper. Name of his channel. Nice copper motor. Couldn't get it all out. That's all right. Couldn't get it all out. You lose a little bit, but it's gone. See what Big Country's up to today. Building, motor, mountain, bigger. He's got a 16-minute video. 16-minute video here. So I'm gonna play Big Country. Yesterday's video while I do this. My last video, he showed me how to do this part. There's a little nut right there. It's got to be loosened up. If you can. If you can't, there's another way. But you will lose a little bit of metal, like yeah, I can't get that thing. Man. Whew. All right, so you're like that, and you're like, oh man, that stinks, and I can't get to my shaft. You're gonna have to flip it over like this.
We're gonna kind of show you guys how to do this.
Motor Mountain Big Country. So I'm gonna find the bit for this, which I did already. Pop them out real quick. Pop them out real quick. And you go back to your quarter bit driver. On the back side of this, there's a screw. There's a screw that goes all the way through here. Okay, so with a nut on the other side. You hope that that nut will come off with your finger. Unfortunately, the nut is not coming off on this one. Sometimes these things can give you an absolute fit. I mean, it's like you do everything. You just cannot get that thing out of there, no matter what you do. So you've tried to loosen up the bolt on the other side, it won't loosen up. You've taken the 4 bolts off the fan cage. You try to pull the thing out, the fan itself, the squirrel cage won't come off. So the next step is to take your quarter driver and take these screws out here. But in order to do that, you're gonna have to reach back down here where that screw on the back of it is and put your finger on the quarter nut. It's about a 1/4 inch nut on the back. So if you put your finger on it, you can hold that nut and stop it from turning, and this thing will come right out. If you can't, then you might as well forget about it and throw it in there, or completely dismantle your squirrel cage. So what I did was, I couldn't get that nut loose. I did get them 4 pieces loose there, and I took this off. So now I'm going to just try to pull the whole motor out and leave the guts on the inside. What I'm going to try to do, come on, yes, like that. So now I got the motor out. First thing I want to do is find out if there's any copper in that motor, and there is. That's a fully copper motor. So now I'm just going to take the band, take this band off of that thing, get rid of that, throw that with my motors. Throw that in my shred. This I can clean up later by driving that out. I want to be honest with you, I don't even spend my time on it. Maybe one day I will. Tried it a few times. Some of them are easy, some of them are very difficult. They're completely different, so just never know. If they're copper, I always rip them down, pop them out of their casing, because I have a big slew of these on the inside where I'll be removing all my copper. I have a 35-gallon drum, which is not a lot really compared to big country or even scorpion metals. Anyway, now I've got that case to this point. The rest of that's not coming out. Donate that to shred. That's what I do. Ah, dadgummit, that's the second time I missed my truck. That same piece. So yeah, donate to shred. I do have a couple motors in here, guys. I literally couldn't get them out of there. I said, you know what? I'm not wasting my time on it. When they dump it out, I have a couple motors in it, and it is what it is. I'm gonna bring that tomorrow and my motors tomorrow. I don't know what else I'm gonna bring. I just want to get this cleaned up to where I can put some barrels out here today. Barrels. I picked this up at one of my honey holes, and to be honest with you, I threw it in my truck thinking that thing's got to be worth more money another way than this right here, and it already has a number 10 on that thing telling me that it's 10 millimeter, so that's interesting enough. 10 millimeter and a ½ inch are really close, so I have a ½ inch out here. That's what I'm going to use. But yeah, this is I thought, you know what, I'm gonna bring this home. I think I'm just going to list it somewhere and sell it, but oh. No, got another one. Got something else for you. Let's try that. Switch up one time. Let's see if we can go with this a little bit bigger one. Go. Yeah. Shred and extrusion. Nice. Right there, guys. See? I mean, gosh. Brand new bracket like that, you'd think you'd sell a bracket like that. I'm gonna put this over here with my extrusion, which I have a pile of right inside. It has got to be break time somewhere. Scrap my grandpa is gonna call. Break time. Look at this goodness. There's my funnel. I was looking for my funnel the other day. Yes, sir. My buddy has dropped off some axles, all kinds of good heavy steel.